Remember, there are no rules in cooking. Taste this.
All right, guys, so we're actually doing ravioli with the 700 XL. It's one of the best foods for it. The reason is because it uses a process called extrusion. Extrusion works perfectly with some doughs, including semolina, which is what you use with all pastas and ravioli and things like this. As it happens, I actually made ravioli this weekend. It's October, so pumpkins are in season. To be able to, make it by hand, it's delicious. You deep fry it for some recipes, but to make it with a machine is even better. So basically what we're looking at is we have got two hoppers. One we have for the dough and the other one we have for the filling. Again, very lenient, the fillings that you can use. The dough, you can do a trial. We can, be pretty lenient with the dough as well. And what happens is we have an extrusion process that we actually push the dough through, and we create a sort of pipe with the dough on the outside and the filling on the inside. And that extrusion process goes, and we actually cool the extrusion process. You can see the water being piped in because there's a lot of pressure in there, so we want to take the heat away. So it's actually really cool right here. And then the molding gives us the ability to make really whatever kind of shapes you want to make. So we also do empanadas, samosa, pierogies, so many different kind of foods. In this case, we're just using the ravioli mold, and so we can go ahead and see the production. It's going to be about, for this food, is a smaller food, so we're going to be at the higher end of the production rate, which is going to be about 65 to 7,000 pieces per hour if we go full capacity. Right now we're running about 20-25% capacity. Again, as with most all of our machines, everything is totally programmable. So this is the 700 XL. This is the fourth generation of this machine. We've been constantly making improvements. So the whole machine runs on 4 large motors, each of which is totally programmable. So you can see that there's a dough motor, a forming motor, and then the stuffing has 2 different motors. So you can go ahead and program that as you want. Once you get the perfect setting that gives you the right kind of food, you can just crank them out. One of our core strengths at Anko is our engineering prowess. We're almost a 40-year-old company, and most recently, since we've sort of matured, we've invested heavily in engineers. We have over 20 engineers in our R&D department, people that know food, that have engineering expertise in electronics and mechanical engineering and everything. So what that allows us to do is design some of the best machines on the market. Okay, so we have so many different technologies that we've developed, and of all the patents that we hold, we're able to take those technologies and develop new solutions for new foods. One of the things that we do, and not a lot of people will do, is we can take a standard machine off the shelf and we can tweak it and we can make a modification so to give you the final product that you want. Really specify exactly the texture of the food and everything else. So many things go into this machine. There's so many different facets that as the end user, as the restaurant owner, as the manager of a distribution facility, you don't want to have to think about. You're going to get inspected, as an example. The FDA is going to come and ensure that you have a process that doesn't allow any chance of contaminated food. As a restaurant owner or a manager of a distribution facility, there's so many things that go into the production of your food that you don't want to think about. So ensuring that you can clean the machine as efficiently as possible. We use over 90% food grade stainless steel. We design all of our machines to be cleaned as efficiently and quickly and transparently as possible. The design of the machine is tweaked to be able to have the longest longevity and at the same time give you the most versatility in the final product. The programmability features that allow you to tweak things just a little bit to get just perfect what you want out of a food. Having been in business as long as we have, we've really matured in our knowledge of food. We can say that we're really a company of foodies. We've been all over the planet. We have recipes from every corner of the planet. And when we engage with a customer for a new time, for the first time, very often we know more about the recipe or just as much about the recipe as they do. And it becomes a very exciting conversation when we first meet somebody and they want to go and they want to automate a recipe. We can very often provide feedback, and very often we'll know exactly how a certain tweak to a recipe will affect the automation process. Occasionally, there are foods that we haven't automated before. There's foods that we've never put through a machine. That's a great conversation for us to have as well. We know how to design different machines that will create different foods.
My name is Ivan Eng. I'm the Vice President of Anko Food Tech, the North American branch of Anko Food Machines Company. I myself joined the company 12 years ago from a junior engineer to a senior engineer and then to step into management. I grow with the company together. The companies, the technology, the team, they keep growing, they never stop themselves, and it also brings our equipment always renew. Our engineer is really important. It's not only about technology. We make food machines. Food machines work with food. Besides the new technology that we have to use, the other thing we have to take care of is the food hygiene and of course the food hygiene law of America and as well as Canada. Anko Food Tech as an extension of Anko Food Machines in North American market, we do hope we can do as much as we can to assist our customers to bring their business to a newer level. We have a great startup team here. We have our first location here in West Coast of United States, and it's not going to be the end of our extension. We are going to grow, and we are going to grow fast. The only thing that I'm worried about is we don't grow fast enough to provide enough service for the North American market.
Hi, I'm Chef Joe Simonero with Taste This Television here with another exciting show, and today we're going to be doing raviolis. Now, what is a ravioli? Ravioli is a pasta mixture, right? And anything goes as far as the filling. And today, that statement is what's going to be led to chariots of horses and fire when I tell you that we're going to be loading this up with some caviar.
Paramount Caviar is the #1 caviar here in New York. What the great thing really about Paramount Caviar is they distribute the best caviar from all over the world. You have to really check it out to appreciate it. Some of the best celebrity chefs in New York have used Paramount Caviar, so definitely check it out. It's a really good product.
That's right. So we're also going to be working with bratwurst. We're also going to be working with some ricotta, the classic, filling for ricotta cheese and raviolis. But what we're going to do is take a step outside of that, marry some different flavors, and kind of see what we end up with. Now, let's talk about the mixture first. We're going to make a regular mixture of cheese ricotta, and then at that point, we're going to take it to another level of saying, okay, let's add this in with that, and add with this with that. Okay, we're going to take a bowl. I'm going to take some ricotta cheese. I don't want all of it, so I'm just going to do like 3/4 of it. Now, there are many different kinds of ricotta. There are impastato ricotta, which I like a little bit better. It's more creamier. It's a thicker paste type of ricotta cheese. Even the brands change. You know, you go down the supermarket and you have this brand, that brand. You know, there are several that are my favorite to use. I'm going to take a Parmesan cheese, a little bit of basil. This is a basil and parsley combination. A little bit of white pepper. You could use black too. Salt. And that's the basis of our mixture for right now. Now the cheese is going to help it bind up, make it a little bit thicker. All right, we're just going to leave this right here. The rest of the stuff we really don't need right now. Let me add a little bit of cheese in here. This is mozzarella cheese. Add it all. I like a lot of cheese. The cheese just doesn't like me. All right, now we have our classic ricotta cheese filling. Manicotti, rolantini, ravioli, anything you want. This is a great, perfect stuffing. Stuffed shells, right? Look at that. Doesn't get any more Italian than that. Now, we're going to walk over here to our dough. This is pre-made dough. I shouldn't have done it. I was pressed for time. We sent the food stylist down to the store to buy it. But what we're going to do is cut this in a way where we can make a couple of raviolis right now, just to show you. I will show you. Okay, now, take a little bit of your ricotta. And I mean a little bit. You know, you don't want to make it too much. That way you won't be able to close it up. Now we're going to take a little bit of this bratwurst. I'm going to put it right in the center. You know, and I've always found that it's better that you have like a mother mixture first. A mother mixture meaning, you know, one big vat of ricotta cheese in a bowl. And then at that point you make a couple of variations. You know, if you wanted to put duck in there, chicken, pork, beef, vegetarian, you know, you can put it in there. You have the basis of it first. Okay, now I'm going to take Eggland's Best egg whites. I only use Eggland's Best when I do stuff like this. And we're going to take the top, put it right over it, and seal it. You could use the back of a knife to help you get the seal that you need. And it's that easy. Ravioli finished. Let's do it again. We got our mixture. I remember years ago my grandmother would make these from scratch and just like spend like 2 days on this for everyone to come over on Sunday and finish it in 2 hours. I mean, a lot of work, a lot of reward. Take your egg white mixture. Can you use water? Yes. Do I like to? No, I'd rather use egg whites. Now, what we're going to do is add a little bit of caviar. That's right, caviar. Yum, yum. And don't knock it until you try it. And put the top on like so. And again, make sure it's sealed good. If it's not sealed good, you're going to be at a huge disadvantage here. And then you're going to write in and tell me I didn't do it right. Pay close attention. All right, take another pasta. Cut it again. I'm going to do 2 more. I mean, you could do this all day long. You really can't keep mixing, and it's fun. And I hate to eat the same ravioli over and over. I do. So this works out really good for me. Now, machine does this 10 times faster. But what you can't do is short runs on creativity. So that's what the hand is good for. All right. Now you got your ravioli mixture here again. We're going to put that down in the center. And maybe I want some Mother Earth Products dehydrated spinach in here. Uh-oh, why is it dry? I'll tell you why it's dry. Because you can't put wet vegetables in raviolis without it going soggy, so you must do it dry. That's why Mother Earth's products are really good for this. Again, you're going to seal it down. Just like this. Looking good. Looking good is cooking good. Give it another one, really make sure they're closed nice. Okay, we got another one. What are we going to do with this one? How about all you garlic lovers out there? You know who you are. Can I get a what? All right, get your egg whites. Okay. Okay, move this over a little bit. Now we're going to add a little bit of garlic. Put a little garlic over it. And we're going to close the top. You know, one good thing I like about the egg whites as opposed to the actual water is if you're doing this and you happen to egg white, it lasts a little bit longer with it being sticky. The water seems to evaporate and dry quicker. All right, good. All right, we got them. Now we're throwing them right in boiling water. I salted it already. And we just want a couple of seconds on this. A couple of minutes, rather. Okay, good. All right. Now, our raviolis are going to be done. I'm going to put them on a plate. Be very careful here. And it's amazing because you can kind of see everything we did on it inside the wrapper, inside the ravioli. Oh, look at that big piece of garlic in there. That's definitely you garlic lovers. And I'm just going to leave that there. What's going to happen is there might be a little liquid in there. I didn't use a strainer, no big deal. The air is going to hit it, make it harder and more firmer. Now, we got our pan here. What we're going to do is add some oil. And we're going to add a little bit of garlic. Good. Cook the garlic a little bit. Add your sauce. That's what I'm talking about. We're cooking. Stir it up. Perfect. Now, you're going to take your plate. And what I like to do is always sauce the bottom of the plate. I do that for a couple of reasons. I want to actually see what's inside the ravioli. Yeah, this isn't one of those store-bought, frozen food raviolis where you got this much thick of pasta and you can't see what's in it. You don't even know what's inside of it. Over here, you can look very closely. This is the caviar, that's the bratwurst, this is the spinach, that's the garlic. You can see that clear as day. So what you don't want to do is have any excess water over the actual raviolis itself, so you can take a clean towel, just put them on top. This is the real way to eat raviolis. Anybody else telling you something different, tell them Chef Joe said it's not the way you eat raviolis. You don't eat raviolis in a sloppy pool of mess. This is the way you do it. Look at this caviar ravioli. All right? I'm going to start packaging that. All right, now you have your 4 raviolis over the top. You take a little bit of your sunflower oil right over the top. A little bit of salt and just a little bit of parsley and basil. There you have it, my hand version of 4 different types of ravioli. I hope you enjoy them. Thank you for watching this fun-filled episode of Taste This TV. I'm your host, Chef Joe Simonero. Remember, there are no rules in cooking. Taste this.